hometown thing. It's a hometown thing. Take a trip down memory lane. We don't give a fuck about what you say. Holding it down for the hometown, making our names.
Look, it took a moment to kill it, but now we're on a mission plan.
Hello everybody and welcome to Minds Let Loose YouTube channel, and welcome to our triangle top string tutorial video. The first thing we're going to go through is the first string that you'll be using. And here I'm stringing on my Warrior Rebel X, and I've already strung this mesh. I haven't used it, so it actually makes it good, so I don't really have to stretch the mesh out as much, so you guys can really see where I'm putting the strings. So obviously to start, get yourself a piece of mesh, stretch it out, and fold it over on the 9 diamond row. And for your actual string length, this is about 20, and it fits perfectly because I previously strung with it. But I would definitely cut around 25 or 26 to give that, so you have more string to pull on once you get to the end. So yeah, let's get started. The first string, let's get up a little bit so you guys can see. The first string is much easier to do. So line up your mesh to the first sidewall hole. Oh, and by the way, the triangle top string is by far, in my opinion at least, the tightest top string you can get, which is good because it gives a good place for the ball to launch off of at the top of your head. So first thing you do is go through the top hole in your head, the first sidewall hole. You can pull it all the way through, and obviously make sure you tie that knot. And go through the back, I guess, well, from this angle, the back of the mesh, or the front of the mesh, if you're looking at it the other way, and pull it tight. And then go through that same sidewall hole again, pull it tight again. Alright, back in this position here, guys. And then pull it tight, and then bring the string back up through that same diamond, so you have the string up on the top. That's what you want to start any top string you do with, because it brings that mesh extremely tight to the actual tip of the head. So now we'll move on to the actual part of the top string. What you're going to do first is that you will be looking at this second diamond right here, and the first knots are extremely simple. So you just put it through the back of the head, bring it through, leave a little bit of slack. I like just to put my fingers there and hook it. Put it through the front of the mesh, like so, and then back through that loop. And that's really all you had to do for the first part of the triangle top string. Make sure you pull really, really tight, because the tighter is the better. And that's really the only knot you have to do for the first layer. Obviously you have to bring it all the way across, so we're going to do that. Remember, through the back of the head, and make sure you skip a hole on this next one. Leave that loop there and bring it through and pull it really, really tight. And you see it's bringing up the mesh right up to the tip of the head. So pull it tight, and the tighter is the better, like I said. And you want to meet up this middle diamond pretty much in the middle of the head if you can. This seems a little bit off right here, actually. Let me adjust this a little bit. There you go.
Awkward. I need to take this off.
Alright, so we're going to go through the back of the head again. Oop, drop the string there a little bit. And then back through that hole. And through that loop again. And pull really tight. The best way to pull a knot tight, I'm going to do this. It's going to be easier for me to do it this way. To pull it tight is, once you do this, pull it up and pull it down. That's perfect, because you're going to the left now. So again, I'm gonna try to get that, and you want to get it get the knot tight on the actual top of the diamond. That's where it's supposed to be, and that'll line up the other diamonds where you want them if you do them all on the top of the diamond. So we're coming up on our last one. Back to the back of the head. Skip a mesh piece, or a mesh hole. Go through there. And see, this is what I'm saying. You want to do like 25 or 26 inches because you don't have much string to use here. And just going to tear up your hands. And you can see every time you tighten it, it pulls that mesh over just a little bit each time. And to finish it off, you go through this mesh piece and straight through the sidewall. And then you go through there again and feed it through that same sidewall. And you're pretty much doing the same thing you started with. Trying to get it through. Come on. There you go. And make sure it's actually on the end outside of there. Right there. And see, you got that little loop around it just on the beginning side. Pull it as tight as you can and tie it off. Hold on. Trying. It's hard with the little nubby string. There you go. I'm going to fix that knot later, but that's how it is. And really, you could keep your top string like that. That's a viable top string. It's just not going to hold the mesh very tight. And, I mean, some people just use that as top string, but triangle top, you don't have to add much to make it that much better. So we're going to go ahead and go to the next part, the second string of the triangle top. Hello, guys. Welcome to Mindset Loose YouTube channel. We are on the second part of the triangle top string tutorial. This is the second string. You'll want to do, I'm still doing it in black because that's just what matches my stick. Sorry. It would be easy to see in a different color, but hopefully you guys can still see it. This string I only did 19 inches long. Again, that's like extreme minimum. You're going to want to do, again, like 25 because I already use these strings to for another pocket. So let's get it on. I'm going to move here again because this is a nice little angle, little guy. So take your string and you can start whichever side you like. I'm going to start here. Through that same hole that we put all those the first string through. Feed it through there. That's your first thing. And bring it to the front. You want to go, if you need to pull over this a little bit, because like on the Rabel, they kind of, just how this scoop shaped, they kind of lean to one side. But you want to get to the right of that string. You just literally feed it through. You can see the triangle there already. Then we'll want to move to the back. And what you're going to do is, let me look again. Yeah, you're going to want to go between where the mesh is and the top of the head. So right there. This is going to help a lot if you have needle nose pliers or any type of pliers really, because it's going to really be hard to finagle the string through some of these spots. So just, if you can see that right here, pretty much like if you look on the top, it's right under that first little spot we put there. So pull that really tight, and then we'll just go over that string that's coming down, right there, and back through between the top of the mesh and the plastic. So you're just pretty much hugging that string that came down on the mesh that grabbed it from the first string. And then you're back on, now we're on the back of the head again. Make sure to pull it, after every single step you want to pull it extremely tight. And then put this back through that top string hole. And make sure it's to that right of that middle string if you can. So now we got to pull through, and you can see what we've done here. It came through, and we pretty much just hugged that string going down with the second string. So now you can see where the triangle comes from. And what we're actually going to do here is that we want to feed the string through this little connector piece right here. It's really hard to get through there on certain spars, especially if your first string really tight. So if you're having troubles, you might want to go back through and loosen up the top, like your first top string a little bit. Then once you have them both down, you can go back and tighten them all up. So it might take me a couple tries to get this through here, but see, I don't have pliers myself. You can probably use like a pair of scissors, but you don't want to risk cutting any of the other strings or fraying the end of your string. Almost got it. There you go. Now you can see right there we have it going through that piece of mesh, and then you're going straight back up, so it hangs on that little like between those two diamonds. Trying to grab it, but you guys can see it right there. You're just going right through there. Pull it really tight, like always, and oop, I'm hugging part of a different part of it. Oopsies. Hold on a second, guys. Crap, hold on. There you go. Now you can see, just when I pull it like that, it brings that mesh piece all the way up. And see, that's what really creates the triangle effect. And then you go back through the front of the head, and you see that's what makes the triangle part of the top string. So now we're going to pretty much be doing the same thing. Wash, rinse, and repeat. You're here, and you go through. Oop, lost it there. Pulling it tight. You go through the left of that vertical string between the mesh and the plastic. Keep on dropping it. I think I got it. Yep, there we go. And you're right. You're pretty much under that triangle you made before with that previous little thing we did. And so now you're going across that vertical one and back between the mesh and the plastic, making sure it hugs that vertical string. Back through the top. I'm moving that center string down so they all line up together. As you can see, they're all lining up. Back to the front. And we're going on that mesh, the connector piece of that mesh, which is going to be hard for me again because I'm not using the pliers. Excuse me. So you see we have that there through the top right there of it. Then we're going to go back through the other side. Oop. Drop your stick.
That's the end. Why'd you cut so short? I didn't mean to. What's that? That's such a sick.
Let's see, back up through there.
Good
Oh,
you.
see, be careful because I just grabbed the end of the mesh from when you fold it over. Make sure you don't do that. That's what I've done the past 2 times. Go pull it up. And feed it back through the front. And see, you got that mesh piece getting pulled up, and you can see the diamonds. And we're back on the back. And then between the mesh and the plastic, we're on the front again. Remember, across the front of that vertical string between the mesh and the plastic, pull it extremely tight.
Try it.
Moving my things over. Up to the right side of it, and between those mesh connectors again. And also remember, guys, as tight as you can each time. Because the tighter you make your top string, the better it's going to be. And it might be a little bit frustrating at first, especially if this is your first time stringing a triangle top, which it most likely is if you're looking at a tutorial. It is hard to get it down the first time. But like I haven't done many, and I've already got it. So we're going back through there, back through the front of the head, and we're gonna do between the mesh and the plastic one more time. As you can see right there, across that vertical piece. This one's gonna be hard to feed through here. Excuse me. I'm like putting my head in front of it all. There we go. I got it. And then, so you got that. Then you feed it back through the front of it, or the back of it rather, again one more time. You got that, and I'm gonna barely have enough. And then you just go through the front, back through that same sidewall hole.